If you don't see clearly, then how are you gonna know where to go next? Such an important question to remind ourselves. Like today, I had the opportunity to drive a car that the windshield wasn't working, and I was a bit stressed because if I get some snow, or if it's not, especially now it's getting cold and it's snowing, I was stressed because the car windshield wipers, you know, those things that goes on your windshield, they weren't working. So I had some snow on it. I cleaned it before I left, and I cranked the heat on so I can dry it. But the first couple of seconds, I would say a minute until I start driving and the heat dried the windshield, I couldn't see clearly. And then I want to share this with you because how many times in your life you can't quite see clearly where do you want to go next? And it makes me think, as this year is ending, is close to the end, and you maybe wonder, what do I want to do next? What are my next steps? What are my goals for next year, for 2025? Is you have to make sure that your windshield, like windshield wipers, which is your thoughts, your emotions, to reflect over what you have learned, are working, and also your vision in the future works. Because without your vision, you're not gonna know where to go next. And that's why I say that it's important to, if you cannot see clearly where you want to go, then how are you gonna know where you're going? You're kind of like driving blindfold through your life, on the street of your life. That's why it's very important to seek understanding and clarity when it comes to what do you want to do. One of the ways I do it, and I think I spoke this before, one of the ways I do it, I sit down and I reflect over my last couple of months, or like the last year, this year, and then I make clear what I have learned, what I want to carry in the next year, what I want to stop, and what do I want to start. And what is my vision for 2025, and what is my vision for maybe the next 3 months, and the next 6 months, and the next year, or even a bigger vision, like in 5 years, and then I break it down in pieces. I reverse engineer this vision to make it to what is my first step. Because sometimes I love to dream big, and sometimes I have outrageous, like, you know, dreams that make me scared. And they say that if your dreams doesn't scare you enough, then they're not big enough. Then you need to dream bigger. And that was something I struggled all my life to. I never allow myself to dream big, because I wasn't seeing clear enough, because my windshields, my wipers wasn't working, the metaphorical wipers wasn't working properly. So what I do now, the way I clean my vision, if my vision is not clean, if I cannot see through, and sometimes you don't see, sometimes you hear it, you feel it, you imagine it, you create it as you go. And it's important to see the next move, not the 20 moves ahead. Sometimes it's important to have a not enough, like perfect clear image for the next years, but it's important to know your next step. Sorry, for me, like my next steps, I'm like, okay, I want to draw a line to what I have learned throughout this year, not just about the world, but about myself. And what is a vision about myself? How do I want to act, behave every day? How do I want to react? And all these things I want to do in my life the next couple of months. And if I have that clear vision, it's like, okay, this is what I have learned until now, and I want to change this and this and this. I want to improve this and this and this. And also, I want to stop these things in my life. And now I have a more clear picture of who I am and where do I want to go. And when you have that, then your pathway is much easier. Because now I know what's my next step. I don't have to worry about the 20 step. I just worry for my next step forward. A lot of the times we get overwhelmed by a lot of things we want to do in our life, because again, we don't have a clear vision of who we want to be, what we want to have, what we don't want to have, what we want to pursue in our life, and what we want to stop in our life. These are incredible questions to sit with them and write them down, think about it, so you can create that clarity. Clarity comes from executing, from the process. Sometimes you're not gonna get clarity right away, but if you take one step forward, then you're able to get another a little bit more clarity. If you get a one more step forward, then your picture, your vision of what you actually want to do is going to get more clear. Sometimes what I do, I have a vision, but the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, or my vision model a little bit different, changes a little bit different as I'm progressing, as I'm taking step by step. So I'm sharing all of this with you in the hopes that maybe you find yourself a little bit stressed because it's the end of the year and you have so many things happen, the holidays is gonna come over you, and then you're gonna find yourself in 2025 with no vision, no clarity, and then you're gonna stress yourself. And I don't want you to go through that, because I know I've been through that and it's not a fun thing. And you want to start a new year, you have the opportunity to start a new year. Why not start it having your clarity? So thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your comments, your feedback, your takeaways. And also, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. Press that button there, subscribe. Share this video with someone that needs a little bit more clarity or a reminder about this. And also, I will see you tomorrow. Until then, like I always say, live your life like it's truly yours. Bye-bye.